And luckily enough for me this week, I've managed to escape the freezing cold confines of the UK to come down here to the Amalfi Coast in southern Italy for the sunny launch of this, the lovely new Kawasakai Z1000. Climb aboard the big Z1000, and the first thing you're going to notice is how it miraculously shrinks between your legs. Not a nice feeling for most of us blokes, I know, but in the case of this bike, it actually works very well. The thing is, despite it weighing 198 kilos, once you get on, due to the low seat height, those big wide bars, it all becomes very manageable indeed. And also, the way that bikini fairing and headlight cowl is also small in front of you, it makes the bike appear smaller than it is. So, muscling it about need not be the hard work you think it could be from the start. It's really a pretty comfortable motorcycle. The way the bars, the pegs and the seat are all set up hold you very nicely without stressing you across your shoulders or on your wrists or anything like that you might find on a sports bike. But with a few miles under your belt, what you're going to really want to start doing is getting silly with the throttle. Now if that motor sounds familiar, that's because this is the old ZX9 motor. But it has been changed a bit for the Z1000. Kawasaki brought it out to 953 cc's and stuck on fuel injection. Benefits of this are you've got a bit more mid-range and bottom end to the motor, but you don't have quite the same top end. Then again, who's going to want to do 160 mile an hour with no mega fairing? Now, if I was to criticise the motor at all, I would say there's not quite the instant bottom end hit that I was expecting to find. But once you get above 4,000, things really do get motoring, and there's stacks of mid-range for easy, fast progress or stupid stunting, depending on how you're feeling. A little sniff of the clutch and you're going to happily see the front wheel popping up into the air. It's not the easiest bike to balance on the back wheel once you're there, but then half the fun's practicing. Looking across the spec sheet, you'll find the Z1000 is pretty well equipped when it comes to the handling department. It's a fully adjustable monoshock at the back, and those big chunky 41mm upside down forks at the front are also adjustable for preload and rebound. It's not top sport spec kit, but it is very good, and especially on a basic bike like this, helps keep the whole plot together nicely. Now will customarily be time for us to head over to the scoreboards and see just exactly how the Z1000 rates. But before we do that, while we're still on this launch, we're going to pop over and have a word with the men at Kawasaki to see what they've got to say about their new baby, and also canvass some opinions from some of the other reprobate UK journalists who seem to be lurking around the bar.
Z1000 is a very important bike to Kawasaki. I mean, we're excited about it, but again, we made it. The bike is a statement standing still, and it makes a tremendous impression on people.
You know, front three quarters, from the outside, there's that big engine, it's right in your face. The headlight arrangement, a little kind of bikini screen, is, I mean, it's reminiscent of things that have gone before, but it's got a real nice modern twist to it.
A lot of attitude coming from this bike, so you don't have to chop down your Blade or R1 anymore. You can buy this one right out of the block and be ready to go.
It seemed to have plenty of grunt about it, and it lifted all right, came up pretty good.
Right, but enough of what they thought, because it's time for the bike file ratings. Performance, 7 out of 10, which means you can happily throw this bike around to the edge of the tyres and the limits of its ground clearance, and also get from A to B. Comfort, that's another 8 out of 10. Very good indeed. Nice plush seat, plenty of room to move about, good stretch to the bars, fits very nicely. Pillion accommodation is bearable, but not brilliant. Reliability, we're going to give it an 8 out of 10. I can't see anything major going wrong with this bike. All the technology is tried and tested and well put together. Value for money, 7 out of 10. It's up at the top end of the scale for these bikes, coming in at just over 7 grand once you've added the on the road charges in. But it is also a new model, so Kawasaki have had to do a lot of tooling up to get ready to make it, which is probably why the cost is up a bit.